Hi, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, I'm Carrie and thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy watching today's video. Today I'm going to be making a new house card and I'm going to be using some Lavinia Stamps and some of my Distress Oxide inks. So I'm starting with this multi-techniques card and I'm using 5x7 card base, which I'll fold as a pre-made one. And this is just one of the sheets off of this 5x8 multi-techniques paper that I've cut in half so that I can get two cards from the one sheet. So I'll be matting and layering that on top of my card base. I'm going to use some of the Distress Oxides and I'm just having a look at the colours. So I'm thinking I'm going to use maybe the Walnut Stain, the Crackling Campfire, the Spice Marmalade, and maybe some of the seedless preserves. So put those two aside. I guess the time of year it is. It's around Halloween, so why not use those type of colours? And I've got my brushes here that probably could do with a good wash at this stage, but we'll make do. So it's going to put down my glass mat as it's easier to clean off afterwards. And I'll pop down my multi-techniques card. And I'm going to start by just a sheet of printer paper. And I'm going to start by tearing this. Just try to get, you know, a nice kind of hilly effect for my card, and I can move that from place to place and layer it. So I'm going to start with the spiced marmalade to ink it up. And as you can see, gives a nice kind of a hilly effect. And you don't have to keep inking up the brush unless you want it to be very strong, but I want these ones kind of to be a bit lighter the further back that they're going. Yep. Just want to go over this one again. So I'm going to put my paper back in the same place. I wasn't happy with the way the ink went down, so I've just gone back over it, and yeah, I'm a bit happier with that now. So the next thing I'm doing is I'm coming in with this piece of, it's just a piece of acetate plastic that I've cut out into a circle, and I'm using it as my moon. So I'm popping it there, in the center, and what I'm actually going to do is just finding where I use that, and I'm placing it there so it looks like the moon is gone behind the mountains. And for that I'm going to use the Crackling campfire. So let's find the appropriate brush. Going to ink that up and hold that down, and it's important really that you do hold it. There we go. So I'm starting on the acetate so that it doesn't go down too deep. It's a bit lighter on this side. I'm having that the dark side. And again, I'm going to move this just to kind of cover in the, and that'll be okay, I think, there. So I'm not fully happy here. Obviously, I should have covered that over better. But what I'm going to do is I'm popping that back down. As I say, there's no mistakes in these things. We can compromise. Just want to make that a bit darker. There we go. It's not perfect, but perfect enough, I think. So next I'm coming in with my Tim Holtz stamping platform. And I'm going to pop my card down here in the corner. Just pop my couple of magnets on there. So now I'm going to decide what houses I want to use. Now this is the Fairy House by Lavinia. This is an old one that I have. Can't find the name of it. I'm not sure. I'll have a look and see if I can find it online, and if I can, I'll link it below, the name of it. It's an old one that I've had for a long, long time. So I'm just going to place that where I want it, which is about here. Pick that up. And I think I'm going to ink that up with the Versafine Clair in Monarch. Okay, move this one and ink it up again. Yeah, quite pleased with that, but me being me, I'm going to go in one more time. lid back on that. Perfect. Yep, so I'm very pleased with that. Now I've got these stamps. I've got Home Sweet Home, All the Best in Your New House, and they came on a magazine at some stage, Papercrafter magazine, also an old one. I think I'm going to use the All the Best in Your New House. I may use the other one inside. Let's see. I'll pop the two of them off there. So let's see, where do I want to place that? Maybe down here. I just want to wipe that off. They're heavy stamps. And I think I'll have this down around here. So I'm going to use Twilight for the sentiment, or will I go with the Nocturne altogether? Yeah, I think I'll go with the Nocturne. It's not exactly straight now. It's the good thing about this, you can use the lines on it to straighten it once that's in the corner. Yeah, that'll be fine. It's just going to ink that up. And I never like to press too hard on the sentiment stamps because I find you get a blurred. See how that's lovely and crisp? If you press down too hard, it smudges the letters and you don't get that lovely sharpness. That's perfect. So just going to remove that. So the next thing I want to do is I want to kind of I want to frame it. So I'm going to use the Walnut Stain, I think, to do that. My hands are a bit inky, so I'm just going to protect it. You just kind of start off the card and then work your way in. Just hits the edge of the cardstock and gives it that lovely framed image. I like to do the corners a bit darker. So anywhere you want to be darker, if you kind of hit that with the ink, And obviously the more you use it, then the lighter it will get. I just want to tidy up this side a little bit. Okay, I don't want this moon to be so sharply white. I probably should have done it beforehand, but what I'm going to do is cover it up a bit like this. And I'm just coming back in with that same brush, not inking it up again. I'll take a little bit of ink off the mat there, and I'll just kind of go across. And what that's going to do is, it's taken, well, it's taken that kind of stark whiteness off of the moon, making it a bit more realistic, I guess. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. So I think the last thing I'm going to do regarding this is I'm coming in with these berry leaves, and I'm just going to go around the edge. Going to use my acrylic block and going to pop that one down there. Let's see, what colour do I want to use? It's the Versafine Clair Rainforest. Just make sure that it's inked up properly, because I'm only going to get one go at this. And again, I need to protect my little house. There we go. Yep, I think that's enough. Don't want to overdo it. So the last thing I'm going to do is come back in with my card base. Make sure that my hands are clean. And I think I'm going to use a bit of the double-sided foam tape just to pop it up. So I want to try to get it as centre as possible. So I think that looks good. As you can see, I should have gone and washed my hands. I just wiped them off. I've gotten some ink on the background there. I'll try to erase that in a while. Washed my hands. Should have done it initially. But hopefully this will come off. Yep, because I hadn't had time, I guess, to set in yet. That's not so bad. Anyway, at least it was a light colour and it was fairly faint, so it's a bit better. So the last thing I'm going to do is just on the inside, I'm going to find that little Home Sweet Home stamp and my acrylic block. I've got a small one here somewhere. Can't find the small one, so excuse me, I'm going to come back in with this one and just make sure I have it on there neat. Just wiping around that to make sure it's clean. And I'm going to use my Nocturne again for the sentiment. So let's see. We'll ink that up well. You can see I've hit the side of that there with the ink. And again, I don't want to press down too hard. Just leave it there for a few seconds for the ink to transfer. Oh, that was very clever, wasn't it? Now, as I've made a mistake, I'm just going to go with it. Now I have the option of cutting the front part off and putting it onto another card base. But I think I'm just going to go with this. So this time I have it turned the correct way. Gonna put it down there. And there. And I'm purposely going to go upside down this time. May seem a bit random, but I think it will cover the mistake. It'll make it look as though it was meant to be, hopefully. But like I said, if you would rather, I would just cut that off there and pop the whole front then onto another card, because if you try to remove this, you'll damage it. So as you can see, I had made quite a few mistakes in this card, but somehow managed to salvage it, and I'm happy with the outcome. I think it turned out quite nice, and yeah, I'm quite pleased with the results of that. So as always, I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you have, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you for watching.